Hi everybody, meet Timmy. Today, Timmy's going to learn about psychology and advertising. Psychology has always been an essential component of advertising. Advertising's main functions are to inform, persuade, and influence. Today, we'll be focusing on persuasion. One of the most widely accepted models of persuasion that is often associated with advertising is the elaboration likelihood model. The elaboration likelihood model, otherwise known as the ELM, is the theory identifying two ways a communication can be persuasive: the central route or peripheral route. The route which is taken is dependent upon the abilities of processing and the motivation of the receiver. That's you, Timmy. Let's spell it out for you, Timmy. Here is the central route. This is a direct route of persuasion that appeals to logic and involves a great deal of thought. The central route is associated with high involvement. Involvement is how much time, energy, and other resources you are willing to put into the process. How much attention do you want to put into it, Timmy? Let's say you really want a new car, and you see an advertisement for a car on TV. Because you really want a car, you are highly involved. Now you are more likely to listen to that commercial. Because a car is an expensive investment, it has high perceived risk, which is defined as potential for loss in the pursuit of a desired outcome. By way of the central route, you will look at the facts and use logic to make your decision. It is more effective when the facts and arguments are more believable, and then you will buy that car, Timmy. This route often leads to more permanent attitude change. Remember, Timmy, this is a dual process model. Dual means two, Timmy. Let's look at the alternative, the peripheral route. In this route, the receiver, that's still you, Timmy, does not think carefully about a communication and is influenced instead by superficial cues. Examples of these cues or gimmicks include an emotional story, bright colors, sappy music, or an attractive speaker. Low involvement is associated with the peripheral route because the message content becomes relatively unimportant and ignored. The results of the peripheral route are more temporary and subject to change, as these cues play to the senses, emotions, and feelings. Yes, that's right, Timmy. Feelings. And now a word from our sponsors. Today's program is brought to you by Colors. Colors, 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 the most important and effective aspect of advertising. Psychologists report that color impression can account for 60 to 70% of consumer reaction. Let's meet the colors. First up is red. Red increases blood pressure, heart rate, appetite, grabs attention, and stimulates quick decision making. Meet pink. Pink is associated with sweetness and is often used in the sales of candy and pastries. And then there's orange. Orange causes people to feel energetic and is often found in fast food restaurants. Prolonged exposure to orange can make one become very aggressive. Up next is yellow. Yellow is the first color processed by the human eye, so it is often used to draw attention. Say hi to green. Green is a relaxing color often found in hospitals. In the current trend to go green, it often represents things which are environmentally friendly and natural. Let's welcome blue. Blue is the most popular, favorite color among adults. It is often used to sell jewelry and is the color of loyalty. Blue can also add a nauseating effect to food. Purple, come on down! Purple is one of the most difficult colors to produce. It is often associated with the royal, rich, and luxurious. And next we have brown. Brown is favored by men over women and often used to represent that which is natural and of the earth. Brown represents solidity and strength. And here comes black. Black represents power, sophistication, and formality. It's used to make other colors pop, and a preferred color for type for increased readability. And finally there's white. White represents cleanliness and purity to many people. White can also imply simplicity, newness, and high technology. And next time you need to advertise, remember what colors can do for you. And now back to Timmy and his feelings. You see, Timmy, your feelings have a huge impact on how you're persuaded and how you spend your money. The ultimate goal of advertising. Feelings can also be referred to as affect. Affect occurs rapidly and involuntarily in response to a stimulus, like advertising. There is positive affect, such as joy, hope, or pleasure, and negative affect, like anger, fear, and shame. These strongly shape your behavior and risk perception, Timmy. And did you know advertisers often rely on the affect heuristic to predict how you might respond to an advertisement, as well as your corresponding behavior? Well, Timmy, I sense your confusion. Let me define that for you. The affect heuristic refers to decisions that are determined by affective considerations, such as our feelings of like and dislike, or good and bad. It basically works like this, Timmy. If a stimulus arouses a negative effect, the receiver, haha yes Timmy, that's still you, will perceive the risks as higher and the benefits potentially lower. Conversely, if the stimulus yields a positive effect in the receiver, Timmy here will judge the related risks as low and the benefits higher, and increase the chances you will buy the product. This is why advertisements often contain positively charged emotional images and slogans, as well as the basic factual information. The amalgamation of these elements work through the central and peripheral routes. Do you see that, Timmy? How I brought that back around? And that is how psychology in advertising works. Since we've come full circle, it seems it's time to say goodbye for today. Say goodbye, Timmy, and join us next time to find out what else Timmy can learn.